today I wanted to talk about mural as a medium and provenance and patronage in public art. So how we can use the blockchain to create public art in a decentralized manner. And to start, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story. I am born in Colombia, from a Colombian family of painters. And at some point, I moved into graffiti. I traveled to New York and I find like the spray can. And this changed my mind as an artist, as a young artist. And I started looking at the streets as a place where we can really converse and talk. In my university, I did a graffiti that was a wall. And it said, nobody say hi to me, people pee on me, people walk by me. And then at the end it said, sincerely, the wall. While I was doing this piece, the police came and I got arrested. So this, I'm a little bit all over the place, but it's just kind of who gets to decide what goes on the walls, which are our public space where we live. And the arrest made me realize kind of that the system was broken. I got kicked out of university, and I decided to go to New York to live. I'm gonna look a little bit because I'm a little bit confused with that. So there we go. I found graffiti, and I started doing it in all the streets. No, this is in south of Colombia, in just like in the ghetto, and I started painting it. So, The problem of who decides what's in the streets. And we as artists, how can we be part of this conversation? I'm having a blackout, sorry. This arrest made me realize that the system was broken and that we kind of had to build our own. So I went to New York, I started doing graffiti, I started learning, and from there, I started making my own language. Jump to when in 2021, I learned about blockchain technology. And I fell in love with it. I started painting CryptoPunks. Like everybody else was doing versions of the CryptoPunks, I started painting them in the street as a concept so that maybe the, how do you call what was given back was this euphoria of being in the street and finding it and being part of the public conversation. And with the street punks becoming a bigger and bigger thing, I got offered a wall in New York City, which was a huge, gigantic wall. This was in October 2021. And this is the wall as it stands today. And when I moved to New York as a kid, I realized that this city was so gigantic that I wanted to be part of it. And the rest of my life, I kind of wanted to find a way to be part of this conversation. So with this wall, I created digital bricks. This was my entering to the NFT space. And these digital bricks, you could buy them, and depending how many bricks you bought, you would be part of the mural. So just wanted to contribute to the blockchain in this manner. And it started becoming bigger and bigger. Lots of communities got there, and it became a beautiful place. Well, this is okay, I'm gonna go back. When I started painting the street punks, there were these very primitive graffiti of my interpretation of the punks. And with $200 of ETH, I entered the blockchain and I entered a new economy. No, as an artist. I am a Colombian artist, and the Colombian economy is pretty difficult, as is Spaniard or Portugal or the different ones. But when we enter Vitalik's economy or Ethereum, we enter a new economy, new kind of collectors, new kind of appreciators of art, and it's just a place to build. So as this grew, I flew around the world and I did the murals in different places. I had the opportunity to paint in places like El Salvador, where Miami, where people really appreciated the art beyond what the NFTs were, because the communities want to show their cat, show their punk, and I kind of stripped my own ego. Graffiti is based on ego, and what I did the exercise of stripping mine and doing it for the people that were really proud of these PFPs, which is this new way of representing ourselves in the internet age. So through that exercise, I have found that behind these PFPs, there are great humans, no? And behind these humans, like CryptoPunks, there are great companies, which a lot of people are talking about here. And when kids in El Salvador see these drawings, they don't see these companies. They don't care about the companies. They're looking at the art. And there's a beauty in this anonymous way of looking at the art, because it onboards without being pushy. So people in New York, all the kids in this neighborhood, people in El Salvador, this is in a really ghetto part of El Salvador, and they choose names for the cats. Every kid has a name for the cat, and they call it as their own. It's kind of like their pets. And through that, I found this new way of funding public art. So the art is usually, for an artist to make a mural, you have to work with a company or you have to work with a government. And with blockchain, we have the opportunity to have a pool of collectors that can be really passionate about one certain idea and put it in the world and bring it to life, and then impact a community that has nothing to do with the PFPs or with the collectors. It's just kind of like a free giveaway of all this. And yeah, so it made this beautiful thing where it's not about sponsors, no? It's only participants. And everybody who participates gets to be proud of the work they contributed, rather than losing the meme coin. Or in this world of crypto where everything is so volatile, I wanted to give something that was solid and real, and that was the exercise. And I started the mural in 2021, and it has been 4 years of coming back and forth and going back, cleaning over it. People put the racist over the apes. I don't know if you remember when that was a discussion. We cleaned it. And through the 4 years, the concept of the mural has become really different, no? Sometimes people call it the cemetery a year ago when MSTs were down, and now people are publishing that it's not dead. I'm launching the last part of the wall, which is between Matt and John. So the beauty is that a lot of the creators of the PSPs came to me and contributed to be part of the wall. And it has become a landmark in New York City to talk about Web3, where if you think of a landmark in New York City, it's a really difficult thing to do. So yeah, that's the talk. This is in Paris. And this is John, our beautiful John, who created NFC and makes us all come together. And this is a mural we did in Barbès, a neighborhood. And the Nosphere is my 10,000 collection, which is kind of my gift to the NFT space after I did all this graffiti, my jump to be my own artist with algorithm, understanding technology and all this. And I hope you guys get to see it. Yeah, it's it. I want to propose that artists learn that you can go in the blockchain, engage with your collectors, find something, a common goal, and execute in a decentralized manner so that people can come together and give to a ghetto, give to a different place without even knowing that they're giving. And I want other artists to incorporate this kind of decentralized muralism. This is what I want to call it, and I think anybody could take it, and I see it as a tool for creatives in the future to just be able to express themselves. I want to make a gigantic sculpture in the middle of anywhere, and I have my crew of Web3 enthusiasts that can come together and pull together versus a government or a big institution or a big company. And I think that's the power in thinking in an internet matter and creating art in a decentralized manner. And we have this beautiful community and moment where yeah, we get to build together, and that's it. Thank you.